Warm greetings to all the aunts, uncles, and dear friends tuning in to Holistic Health 24H, a channel that shares comprehensive, natural, and easy-to-apply healthcare knowledge, especially tailored for people over 60. Here, we don't use complicated medical terms, nor do we overwhelm you with excessive warnings. Our only wish is to offer gentle, relatable advice that everyone can understand, and more importantly, apply right away in daily life. Today, Holistic Health 24H would like to share a topic that is both familiar and surprising. Why your morning cup of coffee, which seems healthy, could silently harm the health of older adults. Sounds hard to believe, right? For many years, coffee has been a morning companion for countless people. A hot cup of coffee helps you feel awake, more cheerful, and even helps promote regular bowel movements. But for older adults, the body undergoes many subtle changes that, if we're not paying attention, even small things like a cup of coffee can become the cause of fatigue, digestive issues, insomnia, or even problems related to heart and joint health. So, what's not good about coffee? Should we give it up entirely? Or is there a way to enjoy it without harming our health? Let's take a look at some gentle and easy-to-understand insights in today's video. Holistic Health 24H warmly invites you to join us. 1. Coffee overstimulates the nervous system. Coffee is a familiar beverage for many, especially in the morning. But it's important to note that coffee contains caffeine, a powerful stimulant of the central nervous system. For younger people, whose bodies are still resilient and nervous systems still strong, this stimulation can help improve alertness and concentration. But for older adults, whose nervous systems have become more sensitive and whose ability to regulate physiological responses has declined, caffeine becomes a burden on the body. Just one cup of coffee can cause some people to feel their heart beating faster, become restless, and find it difficult to stay calm. Some may feel anxious for no clear reason, or even experience light tremors in their hands and feet while sitting still. More seriously, caffeine stimulates the adrenal glands to release adrenaline, the hormone that creates a feeling of alertness and energy. But the downside is that a few hours later, once the effect wears off, older adults may feel drained, sluggish, and even more tired than before drinking the coffee. 2. Causes dehydration and mineral deficiency. One lesser-known effect of coffee is its diuretic property, meaning it stimulates the body to excrete more urine than usual. While this might not seem concerning at first, it can pose hidden health risks for older adults. As we age, our bodies are already prone to mild dehydration because the sensation of thirst naturally decreases. When coffee is consumed, especially in the morning on an empty stomach, the body loses even more fluids and flushes out essential minerals like potassium, magnesium, and calcium. As a result, over time, older adults may begin to experience signs such as muscle cramps, fatigue, trembling hands or legs, or even nighttime insomnia due to light muscle contractions while sleeping. In the long run, a deficiency in calcium and magnesium can contribute to bone fragility, increasing the risk of osteoporosis and falls during movement. Many elders report feeling completely drained, lightheaded, or weak in the limbs after their morning coffee, often blaming aging. But in reality, those symptoms may be a direct consequence of dehydration and mineral loss from drinking coffee on an empty stomach. 3. Affects digestion and the stomach. Many people have the habit of drinking coffee right after waking up, while the stomach is still empty. However, this practice can silently harm the digestive system, particularly the stomach, which becomes more sensitive as we pass the age of 60. Coffee, whether it's traditional drip brew or modern milk coffee, can stimulate the stomach to produce acid. When there's no food present to neutralize this acid, the stomach lining, already thinner and weaker with age, becomes more vulnerable to damage. As a result, many older adults feel stomach churning, bloating, acid reflux, or even discomfort in the upper abdomen, signs that acid is irritating the stomach lining. If this continues daily, it greatly increases the risk of gastritis, acid reflux, or chronic digestive disorders. Some may assume they simply have a weak stomach, but in truth, the habit of drinking coffee on an empty stomach may be silently overloading the digestive system. For those with a history of gastritis, ulcers, or acid reflux, maintaining this habit becomes even more dangerous. 4. Disrupts sleep even when consumed in the morning. Many people think, I only drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning, which is hours away from bedtime, so it shouldn't affect my sleep. That sounds reasonable, but in reality, it's not so simple, especially for older adults. Younger bodies can metabolize caffeine quickly, often clearing its effects within a few hours. But after age 60, liver, kidney, and nervous system functions slow down, meaning caffeine stays in the bloodstream much longer, sometimes 8 to 10 hours or more. So even if you drink your coffee at 7 to 8 a.m. by late afternoon or evening, caffeine may still be lightly stimulating your brain, reducing sleep quality, making it harder to fall asleep, causing restless sleep, or waking up in the middle of the night and struggling to go back to sleep. Chronic insomnia doesn't just cause daytime fatigue and sluggishness, it also affects memory, disrupts blood pressure, and weakens the immune system. All serious concerns for senior health. Many older adults don't realize this and simply assume that difficulty sleeping is just old age. But if you look closely, it might actually be that seemingly harmless morning coffee silently interfering with your nighttime rest. 5. Creates dependence. The more you drink, the more you need. One overlooked fact is that coffee can lead to physical dependence, especially when consumed daily in the same amount. At first, a small cup is enough to feel alert and comfortable, but over time, the same amount no longer has the same effect. People may start making stronger brews or drinking more to feel as awake as before. And gradually, the body becomes dependent on caffeine without even realizing it. Once dependence develops, just skipping coffee for a day can cause light headaches, foggy thinking, poor concentration, or irritability. For younger people, this might be manageable. But for seniors, whose mood, blood pressure, and nervous system are more fragile, it can lead to all-day fatigue and even affect heart rate and blood pressure. Many older adults say, "Without coffee, I feel drained and can't get anything done." But in fact, that's a clear sign the body is now dependent on caffeine to function. And the more dependent you become, the harder it is to quit. All while your adrenal glands are being overworked every day, gradually weakening your overall health. 6. So, should you give up coffee completely? After hearing all these potential harms of coffee, many might ask, should I stop drinking coffee completely? I'm afraid to touch it now. In truth, Holistic Health 24H does not suggest that you quit immediately or follow any extreme restrictions. Coffee isn't completely bad. The key lies in how much you drink, when you drink it, and your individual health condition. If you still love the taste of coffee, you can absolutely continue enjoying it in a more moderate and mindful way. For example, don't drink coffee on an empty stomach. Have breakfast first, then enjoy a small cup of coffee afterward. Gradually reduce your daily intake to avoid dependency. Try drinking it every other day, or make your coffee less strong. Switch to decaffeinated coffee if you want to keep the habit without worrying about insomnia or overstimulating your nerves. Avoid drinking coffee after 10 a.m. so the caffeine won't affect your sleep at night. And if you notice any negative reactions after drinking coffee, such as heart palpitations, fatigue, insomnia, or acid reflux, that's a clear signal to stop or adjust your intake right away. In addition, you can replace coffee with drinks that are better suited for older adults, such as warm water with honey, ginger tea, lotus heart tea, or low-sugar vegetable juices, all gentle options that help the body recover naturally. The most important thing isn't giving up coffee entirely, but rather understanding what your body truly needs and adjusting your habits to suit your age, health, and daily rhythm. Coffee isn't bad, but using it the wrong way can be harmful to the health of older adults. Listen to your body and adjust your habits accordingly. If you found this helpful, we invite you to subscribe to the Holistic Health 24H channel and share the video so we can all enjoy better health every day.